Many people often ask about the signs of narcissism. How do you know it when you see it? And there's often a focus on more overt forms of narcissism where you see this overt grandiosity or overt arrogance, conceit, things like that. But what might be more important is what's known as covert narcissism. Because in many ways, it's very difficult to detect, but it can actually be more problematic. And so, with individuals who are operating from this sort of covert perspective, there may be grandiosity, but it will be a quiet sort of grandiosity, sort of an internal grandiosity going on. And one of the hallmarks of pathological narcissism, in addition to some of the other things that we've talked about, is the lack of empathy. And what I've noticed with what's been going on with California is a lack of empathy with many people. And also some of that schadenfreude that we talked about before, wherein individuals are joyful or gleeful about the suffering of others. And so you might have noted that many people are glorying in the destruction in California. They are elated about the suffering of the victims. And it's interesting the reasons why they give for these reactions. Oftentimes, you might see them talk about this is God getting the attention of the people in California or the nation, but there is a focus on the people in California and God getting their attention. There's also rhetoric about people being penalized for wrongdoing or simply paying for being rich or having resources. And so with covert narcissism, there is generally a narcissistic jealousy that's going on. And sometimes this jealousy can be pathological to the point of envy. And if you recall, envy is jealousy coupled with the desire to destroy. Now, with respect to these reactions to the tragedy in California, there is a lot of envy and jealousy hiding behind religiosity and piousness. And it's often undergirded by a sort of amen choir of other people who are operating on the same wavelength of jealousy and envy. And so, one of the ways that you might be able to witness this for yourself is to pay attention to the way that family members, coworkers, friends, clergy, strangers, politicians, commenters on social media, these influencers, watch the way that they are reacting to the tragedy in California, because their reaction will tell you a lot about their feelings in general regarding both the success of others and the suffering of others.